Welcome back to the NSU Coaches Show. I have the man himself here to my left, head coach Michael Vick. Now, Coach Vick, this is a very special segment we like to call Vick's Pick. Gives you the opportunity to shed a little spotlight on a player, a coach, a member of the training staff, someone who you think deserves a little shine, a little highlight, a little spotlight for their contributions to the team this week leading up to Towson. So, Coach, for this week's edition, who is your pick?
It's a little early in the week. But you know, if I had to pick a guy right now, I probably would say one of our team captains, Kahleef Jimmison. You know, right from Newport, Virginia. Extremely hard worker, smart player, great leader, great teammate, and understands, you know, now what it takes to be a champion. And not to say that he didn't before, but I think just watching him gel with his teammates, you know, just be on time, be a guy who we can count on, be vocal, you know, even though he's not the most vocal guy. You can see him stepping into that role. You can just see him leading naturally. And so I look at Kahleef to just be one of those guys that we can count on and depend on, and obviously ultimately going to teach the younger guys, you know, it's coming behind them how to, you know, be the consummate teammate.
And looking at Kahleef, that's one of your incoming guys, new transfer coming in.
Yep.
Would you describe the level of work, the level of consistency that goes into this offseason to sort of earn that role, you know, to be identified by the coaches as a leader on the team?
Yeah, I think it was just about showing up every day, being accountable. We asked them to come in really, really early, you know, based on our schedule and trying to adjust and trying to adapt. You know, it was different for them, just like it was different for us. But you know, the message was, you know, let's just buy in. You know, everybody hold each other accountable. Success doesn't happen overnight, and we're going to have to work hard for it. And so, you know, Kahleef is one of the guys, first one in, last one out, always, you know, meeting with his defensive coaches and position coaches and just holding himself accountable and trusting the process.
And this defense is going to have an interesting test ahead in this week one facing a Towson offense. But looking at the team as a whole, you talked about how Kahleef was able to gel with his teammates. How does training camp sort of allow the team as a whole to sort of build that identity, to build that chemistry together?
Yeah, training camp takes on a life of its own. You know, it's going to be some tough days. It's going to be some hot days. It's going to be some days where it's easy. It's going to be some days where they're going to fight. And, you know, we had our share of days where, you know, tempers flared. But, you know, I told them I don't want to take the aggression away from you. I just wanted to be controlled. I understand what football is and you know, how it's truly a man's game. And so I allowed them to be free, bring their swagger. And I don't want to take that away from them unless it gets out of control. And if I ever got to question the character, then they'll hear about it. So we just all try to respect one another. They respect me, I respect them, and obviously there's going to be times where I'm going to have to step in and you know, be the referee.
Well, Coach, we are looking forward to seeing how this team gels together, what this output looks like in week one against Towson.